Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Ade Bobola Oluwadara and I am so excited to have you here as always. Today I will be discussing with you how to know if someone is not interested in having a conversation with you over the phone or physically. It could also be a text. So, I preach a lot about conversing with people, communicating with people, and I have so many videos on that. You could go check it out. But as much as conversations are important, the skill of discernment to know that someone is not interested in talking to you is also important, so that you don't make a mess out of yourself or you don't start to become overbearing for other people. If that is something you would like to know, please do well, sit back, enjoy while I take you through these ways. The first way to know someone is not interested in having a conversation with you is if they give short responses. How are you? Fine. Okay. All right. They even reply with emojis over text. They're giving the minimum response they could, like no problem, IDK, LOL. They're not interested in talking to you. The second way to know if someone is not interested in conversing with you is if they don't ask questions. In your conversation, you are the only one asking questions and they're responding. It keeps going on and on, because if someone is interested, they also want to know about you. It's not only about them. Just answering and not asking shows that they are just trying to accommodate you and they're not really interested in you or the conversation. And if you stop asking them questions, they stop responding and then there is no conversation. Anyone that is interested in talking to you wants to keep the conversation going as much as possible, and a good way is to ask questions. When you ask them questions, even if it's throwing back the same question you ask them, at least let them make efforts and ask questions. If they're not doing this, then they're not interested in talking to you. The third way to know that someone is not interested in conversing with you is if they have a withdrawal body language. Maybe they're not maintaining eye contact, or they're trying to fold their hands, or they turn their body away from you. So imagine if you are talking to me and you are cross and the sitting arrangement is not what is allowing it. I chose to sit and just withdraw my body and respond to you. Then you can see I'm not opening up, I'm not receptive to the conversation. If they're also not giving you the minimal facial expressions, which is smiling, because when you're talking to someone, you want to show them that you are engaged or you like the conversation, you want to be a part of it, and then you're smiling or you're giving this facial nods to show that yes, I am listening. The fourth way to know someone is not interested in conversing with you is if they are distracted. They are preoccupied with their phone, they are looking at the environment, they just keep adjusting something about themselves. And this is not to say people can get distracted. Maybe there is an alert they are waiting for, there's a message they need to respond to. But if they're not communicating that distraction to you and say, oh, so there's something my colleagues do when we're talking and they're trying to check the time, they're like, oh, I'm listening to you, I just want to confirm if my break is over. So they're distracted, they're interested in the conversation, and that is why they're communicating. So if someone is constantly distracted and not saying anything, acknowledging the distraction or apologizing and oh, this is why I'm distracted, then they're not interested in communicating or conversing with you. The fifth way to know someone is not interested in conversing with you, very similar to what I earlier said, but this applies more to text, is if there is a long delay in responding to you. You send them a message and you are sure that they have seen it. Maybe it's a WhatsApp message and you can see the blue tick, but then they take hours and even days to respond. And they still go with the minimal response. They're not apologizing. They're not telling you what's up. They're not saying, oh, this is what's happened. Then it means that person is not interested in the conversation. And that is why they are okay coming back after a very long time. The sixth way to know someone is not interested in talking or having a conversation with you is if they always make excuses. This can be over the phone, over text, even physically. They just always make excuses, they're busy, or they find reasons to end the conversation. If someone is interested in you or the conversation, they will always make time in talking to you. But if you realize that there is a pattern where they always look for excuses, end the conversation, not making out time, then they're not interested in conversing with you. The seventh way to know someone is not interested in talking to you is avoidance. This is quite similar to the point that earlier made, but I had to make this a point on its own because it mostly applies to familiar faces, people you know. If someone avoids a situation where it would warrant they talk to you, so let's say at a party they would not sit where you're sitting, or because they know you are always at a particular place, they avoid the place, or they avoid a group that you are in, or they avoid a conversation or a message that has to do with you, then that might be a very good sign that the person is not interested in talking to you or having anything to do with you, sort of. If you notice any of this sign, then it means you should end the conversation or give people spaces. Sometimes people are not just in the mood to talk, which is absolutely normal. But if you realize this is a recurring incident where they always avoid talking to you, then it means the person doesn't want to form a connection with you, which is also normal. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, share, comment. I want to hear from you, and see you again next week in my next video. Till then, remain blessed and bye.